It is the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs, and it begins here tonight in Vegas. Should be an excellent series between the Oilers and the Golden Knights. Sit back and enjoy this one as we are underway. Stone will bring it up and send it in early, and it gets deflected to the far side. Out in front, Barbashev now. In below the goal line, Barbashev circles back, and that one's denied, and it goes back into the trapezoid. 2 early shots on goal for the Golden Knights. The Knights went to all 7 games against the Utah Mammoth, won that game 7 in dominating fashion. The Oilers made quick work of the Anaheim Ducks. Icing the call here 55 seconds into the game. The Oilers made quick works of the Ducks, winning that series 4-1. They've had about a week off since they won that series. Vegas went through all 7 games, so we'll see if that has a factor one way or the other. Here's Hyman, a shot gloved down by Schmidt, and a stoppage just over a minute in. First shot on goal for Edmonton. Face-off controlled by Vegas in their own end. Hannafin gets crunched by McDavid, who plays defense down low. But Vegas able to get it out of the zone and up ahead. Here's Barbashev. Outside Eichel now. Trying to walk it in. He gets cut off on his way through, and it comes back out to McDavid. Here comes Connor McDavid. Tried to center it. Picked off by Korczak on the inside. Howden feeds it up to the near side, and Barbashev. Barbashev takes a hit as he feeds it in. Back to it is Regula. Pestered by Dorofeev. Comes to the near side, and Ekholm. Oilers will get it out of their end. Roslovic cross ice to Nugent-Hopkins. Now Kapanen. Back to Nugent-Hopkins. Roslovic down low, disrupted by Whitecloud. And it comes out to the far side, and Dorofeev. Good puck movement on that turn from Edmonton. Vegas holds their ground. Here's a shot by Barbashev, knocked away. And Edmonton gains control. Regula back up through center ice, up top Roslovic. Tried to cut it to the inside. Good defense by Korczak. He knocks Roslovic down. And it comes back out to Sissons here for Vegas. Back out to center it comes. Dorofeev. Up ahead to Whitecloud. Whitecloud brings it in wide. Works it below the goal line for Roslovic there for Edmonton. Stastny up ahead to Majapani, who will bring it up here for the Oilers. Second unit in. Majapani button hooks back. Up top Roslovic. Gloved down by Schmidt. And a stoppage with 16:29 to go in the opening period. Oilers win the faceoff. Podkolzin inside. Backhanded look denied by Schmidt again. So as we mentioned, the Oilers won in just 5 games against Anaheim. 7 is what it took for the Vegas Knights. Oh, deflects off the pipe. Another try off a body that time. Oilers trying to keep it in. That one deflected and just lazily bounced off the crossbar and stays out. Reinhart gets knocked down by Draisaitl. Out in front, picked off by Lazone. And a penalty upcoming. This one's on Vegas. Cole Reinhart pinned Draisaitl up against the boards. And we're going to get an early power play here for Edmonton. There's a look at the penalty kill units. 13 of 16 was Vegas in that opening series against Utah. Face-off control by the Oilers. Nurse on the outside. Savoy down low, denied. And it comes back out and all the way through. Neutral ice and down to the Oiler end. Both of these teams, hard-fought wins in their series. 4-1 win against Anaheim for the Oilers. More rested team, but that historically doesn't always mean you're better off. Nurse touches it down at the red line. Over a minute to go on the power play. Stone takes it away for Vegas. Short-handed for the Knights. And he gets cut off on the inside. Here is Savoy. Up ahead, a bobble by Ekholm. Vegas gains control in neutral ice, under a minute to go now on the penalty. Here's Mark Stone. Feeds it in around the boards. Ekholm gets to it for Edmonton. 47 seconds to go on the man advantage. Still scoreless. Early in game 1 of round 2 in the Stanley Cup playoff. Hutton feeds it in deep into the zone again. Good penalty kill thus far for Vegas. Draisaitl on the puck, cross ice. Errant pass goes all the way through. Hanifin on it. And he flips it out again. One final push on this power play upcoming for Edmonton if they hurry. Down to 12 seconds. Here's Hyman. Brings it up, cuts to the inside. A bobble goes outside. Jumped on by Draisaitl and a shot on net denied by Schmidt. Back to full strength comes Vegas. They kill off the penalty. And here's Tomas Hertl. Hertl flips it in on net. Ingram finds the puck and stops play with 13:35 to go in the opening period. So Edmonton now 0 for 1 on the power play. And the PK unit does their job for Vegas, keeps it a scoreless game. Face-off control by Edmonton. Savoy up ahead to Mangiapane. Mangiapane walks it in. Just tried to square up a shot, didn't get a clean look off. He got pounded on his way in. And a bobble taken away in center by Lazar. Here's Savoy. Savoy pestered by Luzon on his way in, who takes it away. 7 minutes gone by here in the opening period. 6 shots on goal for Edmonton, 4 for Vegas. Still scoreless. Mangiapane gloved down by Schmidt. Face off here in the Vegas end. Draisaitl against Sissons, and it goes to Draisaitl. On the point, it's Emberson off a body in front. And here comes Vegas back the other way with Kolasar. Kolasar cuts inside, loses the puck, and it comes back out to Draisaitl. Up top, Podkolzin avoids one hit, brings his way in. Podkolzin drops it off, and it goes just wide of the net. Draisaitl down low. Circles back. Draisaitl couldn't get a shot off. Podkolzin now denied by Schmidt. Reinhart jumps on the loose change. And Luzon back out to center ice. Luzon tried to cut inside, cut off on his way through. Emberson with the defense has the puck. Takes a hit from Kolasar. Podkolzin now keeps it alive. Flips it in around the boards. First guy to it is Luzon. Intercepted and Draisaitl's shot denied by Schmidt. Dodd jumps on it. Vegas trying to get it out, and they will with Marner. Just over 11 to go opening period. Marner puts the brakes on. Saad picked off by Podkolzin in center. And it comes back out to neutral ice in Roslovich, who turns it over to Saad. Here's Mitch Marner. Down the slot. Disrupted by Stastny. They score! Mitch Marner keeps it alive off the bobble. And Vegas breaks the ice in game 1. Good effort by Mitch Marner. He came right down the slot. He got disrupted, a little bit of a bobble. Bounces him more outside, and he just fires it past Ingram for the game's first goal. There was the bobble, and then he got free on the right side and just tucks it past Ingram for the game's opening goal, and it's 1-0 Vegas here in game 1 of round 2. Just under halfway through this opening period and our first goal. Here's Howard in response. Didn't get a clean one off, and it goes right through the crease. Howden on it for Vegas. Noah Hanifin back to Howden. Picked off by Ekholm. Ekholm walks it in, drops it off, and a glove save by Schmidt. McDavid will face off here against Howden in the Vegas end. Just about halfway through this opening period. Nugent Hopkins spins inside, drops it off to Regula, who bobbles. And it's jumped on by Saad. Saad up ahead to Holtz. Pestered by McDavid. And Holtz never got a clean look. Here's Nugent Hopkins off the boards. Errant pass. Hutton takes a hit. Pass goes all the way through to the far side. Jumped on by Darnell Nurse. Regula now with it to Nugent Hopkins. Under 9.5 to go, opening period. Hannafin takes it away. Howden back through center ice. Howden comes in wide, waiting for his friends, pestered by Regula. Good defense. And it comes out to McDavid. McDavid with a head of steam brings it in. Circles the net. McDavid into the slot now. Denied by Schmidt. Never got a clean look off. Face-off controlled by Edmonton. Ekholm inside. A bobbled pass down low, and Schmidt with the shoulder save. Goes to the far half wall. Savoy escapes. Lazar out to the point. Ekholm gloved down by Schmidt. Edmonton leads shots on goal to this point. 12-5. But a 1-0 lead for Vegas. Face-off control by Edmonton. Bouchard denied by Schmidt. The rebound out in front. Schmidt finds it. 8:20 to go. Face-off control by Edmonton. Bouchard never got a clean look. White Cloud jumps on the puck. Here he comes. White Cloud feeds it in around the boards. Kolasar trying to get to it, but Ekholm beats him to the puck. Under 8 to play, opening period, 1-0 Vegas. Henrique, fresh off the bench, takes a hit. Mangiapane on it in center ice. Errant pass controlled by Megna. Jack Eichel now, outside Barbashev. Barbashev a shot, shoulder down off the blocker of Ingram. Off the boards to Henrique. Feeds it in around. First guy to it will be Roslovich. Works it below the goal line, now back out to Ekholm. One-timer, denied, the rebound, it's sitting there, and Schmidt finds it. My goodness, an absolute laser beam off the chest of Schmidt, and he keeps it out. Edmonton jumps on it. Ekholm floats it into the slot. Luzon takes it away for Vegas. Barbashev now up ahead for the Golden Knights. Makes the guy stumble, and he's denied by Ingram. 6:46 to go in the opening period. Face-off controlled by Edmonton. Under 7 to play, opening period, a turnover. Here's Marner inside, couldn't get a clean one off. Good defense by Edmonton. Good stick by Darnell Nurse as well. Good transition off the takeaway by the Oilers there. Here's Podkolzin who brings it up now. Centering pass picked off by Dorofeyev, and Vegas turns back. Mitch Marner, the lone goal scorer in the game, tried to cut inside. Good defense by Regula. Podkolzin now up the far side, walks it in. Out in front, Kapanen, denied by Schmidt. Draisaitl battled along the boards, a turnover, and another shot denied by Schmidt. Comes out to Marner. Into the corner, Regula. I'll answer your question in just a second, Colin. Podkolzin walks it through neutral ice. Hyman disrupted, it comes back out. Stastny was back waiting for it. Here's Hyman. He gets pestered, comes back out to the red line. Hyman walks it in, waits for his friends. Outside Podkolzin with a bobble. Turns it over to Sissons. Stone through neutral ice. Stone fires, gloved down by Ingram. It says game 1 on the scoreboard because I'm in playoff mode, so it's tournament mode. So I made the bracket in the playoff mode, and I'm playing through the bracket. So this is game 1 of round 2. Holtz turns back, tip try, denied by Ingram. Zach Hyman now here for Edmonton. Pestered on the near side, good defense by Vegas. Holtz at the red line, now Hutton. Howden now taken away by McDavid. Here comes Connor McDavid. Puts on the speed, and he loses it and it comes back out wide. Here's Howden. Under 4 to play, opening period. Howden pestered down low. McDavid jumps on the puck here for the Oilers. McDavid feeds it up, staying on sides is Howard. And a shot goes wide of the net. Vegas back on it through center. Here's Sissons. Sissons comes in wide, whiffed on the shot. Henrique jumps on it and turns back. Feeds it in around the boards and out of play. 13-12 to go, opening period. 1-0 Vegas here at home against the Oilers. Game 1 of round 2 in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Face-off control by Edmonton. Majapani outside Savoy, walks it up, and a shot on net denied by Schmidt. Face-off control by Edmonton. Savoy loses it on the inside. Barbashev jumps on it for Vegas. He comes back through center ice. Barbashev, good defense by Ekholm. Edmonton works it in their own end. They trail by 1 here early. They're out shooting Vegas 18-9, but have yet to find the back of the net. Ekholm takes a big hit. Barbashev turns back here for Vegas, brings it in, and sends it in on Ingram, who gloves it down and keeps it alive. Errant pass goes all the way back. This might be icing. It will be. $1:55 left. Opening period here from Vegas. Still 1-0. Face-off control by Vegas. Korczak didn't get all of it. Comes in down low. Bouchard there, knocked down. Sissons now with a bobble into the slot. And Edmonton gets it out. Here's Roslovic. Roslovic waits and fires and gloved down by Schmidt. 90 seconds to go in the opening period. Edmonton keeps it alive. Inside, a bobble and a stop by Schmidt. Henrique right there on the doorstep. Schmidt holding his ground well in this opening period. 20 saves on 20 shots on goal. Polisar inside, a tip try, never got through. Darnell Nurse now here for Edmonton to Roslovic. Picked off by Polisar. Under a minute to go in the opening period. Reinhart brings it in. One-timer. What a stop by Ingram. Polisar let it fly, and here back out to center is Edmonton. Howard brings it in. Pestered on his way through, down low. Hutton there defensively for Vegas. Kick to the far side, and Hannafin will be all over that. Back out to Sissons, under 20 seconds left. Holtz bobbles on his way in. Taken away by Henrique. One final push if they want it. Here for Edmonton. Hyman brings it up. Bobbled on his way through. Hannafin jumps on it, and that'll expire the timer. After 1 in game 1, Vegas leads by 1. It's 1-0 Las Vegas. First intermission, then the second. Start of the second period here in Vegas. The Golden Knights lead the game 1-0 as we get back underway here for the start of the second. Edmonton looking for a response. Good start with a pickoff by Nugent Hopkins. Hyman now denied by Schmidt. Schmidt was very good in that opening period. 21 now saves on the game for him. 21 shots on goal. And pitching a shutout through 1. McDavid will face off against Eichel. Controlled by Vegas. Here is Hannafin. Cuts back inside. Hannafin gets around everybody, and he's denied by Ingram. Sends it back out to the point, picked off by Nugent Hopkins. Eichel now, gloved down by Ingram. Eichel and McDavid will do battle again in the Edmonton end. Hutton now off the blocker of Ingram. Hyman jumps on it here for Edmonton. Ekholm with a bobble, turns it over. Bouchard there defensively. Edmonton gets it out of the zone. Connor McDavid pestered on his way in. Eichel takes it away from behind. McDavid hits the deck behind the play. Here's Barbashev inside and disrupted by Zach Hyman. Connor McDavid on the puck again. Comes in wide. McDavid trying to cut inside. And good defense by Vegas. McDavid with good defense. Keeps it alive out in front. A whiff by Nugent Hopkins. And Vegas will get it out. Here's Hannafin. Regula, good defense on his way in. McDavid back on the puck. Edmonton works it in their own end. Roslovic back to McDavid. Picked off in center by Tomas Hertl. Howden bobbles his way into the zone. Regula takes it away. Mangiapane feeds it around the boards. First guy to it was Hannafin battling McDavid. Sissons now here for the Golden Knights. Mangiapane takes it away in center ice. Errant pass all the way through for icing. Just underway here in the second period. Still 1-0 Vegas. They scored their opening goal just about halfway through that opening period. And we've been deadlocked at 1-0 ever since. There's Eichel putting the shoulder in McDavid. Matchup to keep an eye on. Jack Eichel against Connor McDavid here tonight. Vegas wins the faceoff. Luzon inside Marner off a body. Edmonton trying to get it out, and they can't, at least briefly. Here's Savoy. Cross ice Roslovic. Taken off his stick, kept in the zone by Ekholm, who fanned on it. Keeps it alive on the point, Regula. Loses it back out to neutral ice. Ekholm picked off by Dorofeev. Mitch Marner now, who has the lone goal in this game, taken away by Savoy on the inside. Savoy gets knocked down by Dorofeev. Well, it's back into the trapezoid. Dorofeev's on it. Out in front. Denied off a body. Never got through. And it comes back out to the goal line. Edmonton will get it out. Mangiapane with a bobble. Well, it's deep into the Vegas end. Edmonton changes as Hutton brings it up. Vegas back to center. Here's Saad up into the Edmonton end. Saad squares his body. They score! Cutting insides was Colton Sissons. And it's 2-0. Vegas on top. Beautiful look with Sissons right there. Not very many happy faces on the Edmonton bench. Colton Sissons, his fourth goal of the playoffs, makes it 2-0 Golden Knights here with 15:43 to go in the second. Olisar out in front, save, rebound. Ingram finds it. Nearly back-to-back strikes there for Vegas. Reinhart was right there on the doorstep, couldn't get it through. As we take a look at this stop by Ingram right there. Sprawled his right leg out just to keep it out. Face-off control by Edmonton. Looking for a spark here on the road. Apinen up ahead. A shot knocked down. The rebound comes out wide into the corner. Podkolzin knocks him down, but Kolasar is there. Sissons back out through center ice. Sissons whiffed on the shot. Inside Ingram with the save. Face-off controlled by Edmonton. Podkolzin will bring it up. Comes in wide. Good stick by Whitecloud. Draisaitl keeps it alive. Kapanen on the doorstep. Podkolzin with a bobble. Still loose in the slot. Vegas gains control. Here's Holtz. Brings it in for Vegas all alone. Fanned on the shot. Howden now a shot. Knocked down by Ingram. The rebound goes wide of the net. Holtz back out to the point. Off a body in front. Back out to the other side. And a penalty. And this one's on Edmonton. A cross check. Ty Emberson, the guilty party, and the second power play of the night upcoming here for Vegas. Edmonton's power play, a perfect 10 for 10. They have not given up a power play goal in these playoffs. Stone, off the takeaway, denied by Ingram. Fed in deep around the boards in the Vegas end. Eichel gets to it first. Floats back out to Mark Stone, who will bring it through center ice. Briefly as Bouchard takes it away. Edmonton jumps on it again, up ahead, offside on Edmonton. 90 seconds to go on the power play. Face-off controlled by Edmonton. Nurse takes a hit. Podkolzin keeps it alive. Short-handed up ahead. Drops it off to no man's land. A bobble into the slot. Eichel trying to gain control. He gets knocked down. That's going to be a penalty. And another one for a cross-check. And it's on Nugent Hopkins this time. And the 5-on-4 power play just turned into a 5-on-3 here for Vegas. Already up 2-0. And a chance to add on even further. So Emberson and Nugent Hopkins in the penalty box, 5-on-3 in favor of the Golden Knights for 1 minute and 12 seconds. Face-off control by the Knights. Hanifin off a body. Nurse gains control, floats it to the corner. Evan Bouchard flips it out of the zone and all the way down. Hutton will start the breakout off the boards. Here's Sissons. 5-on-3 for the Knights. Good stick by Bouchard. Taken right back by Howden, though, as he turns back here for Vegas. Out in front, Barbashev. Tip just wide of the net. And it floats back out of the zone. All the way back down into the Vegas end. Howden turns back. Will start the break in. Howden drops off for Sissons, who bobbles out of the zone. 15 seconds to go on the 5-on-3. Barbashev brings it in wide, floats it in deep below the zone. Evan Bouchard is on it, and the Oilers can clear. So back to a 5-on-4 power play for 43 more seconds. They survived the 5-on-3, and now here they come short-handed. Emberson tried to feed it in, and he whiffed on it. Darnell Nurse now. Lazar off a skate. Dorofeev jumps on the loose change here for Vegas. 24 seconds to go on the power play. Hurdle bobbles, and it goes in deep. Regula jumps on it here for the Oilers, and he'll walk it up. Here's Lazar. Floats into the near corner. So Edmonton survives the 5-on-3. They survived the stacked penalties, and they're back to full strength. Jumped on by Kapanen. Out of the box, Nugent Hopkins. Brings it up, centers to Kapanen. Knocked down. And it goes into the zone below the goal line, picked off by Hanifin. Dorofeev, now Barbashev. Pestered on his way in. Darnell Nurse on the puck. Up ahead, Connor McDavid. McDavid flips it in on Schmidt, who makes the save. 10:36 to go in the second period. Face-off control by Edmonton. Howard a shot, knocked down by Schmidt, and he handles. 10:31 to go in the period. 25 shots on goal for Edmonton, 20 for the Golden Knights, but the Knights lead 2-0. Henrique wins the face-off and a shot knocked down, and it comes into the corner. Stone looks to get it out, and they will. Here's Barbashev. Korczak now. A shot knocked down off the blocker of Ingram. Goes in down low for Eichel. Back out to the point, and Holtz lets it fly wide of the net. Rebound off the boards, controlled by Eichel. Korczak, Luzone, knocked down off the blocker again by Ingram. Down low below the goal line, kicked over to Holtz. Holtz, good stick by Ingram. Henrique flips it out of the zone, flagged down by Whitecloud. Holtz turns back in for Vegas. To the other side in Marner. Inside Saad, now a shot, they score! Vegas on the attack, and they make it 3-0 in Game 1. Just a bullet right down the slot. Emberson was right there in front. Right past his stick and right past Ingram. Third goal unanswered for Vegas in the first half of this game. 3-0 in favor of the Golden Knights. That third goal actually comes in the back half of this game as we're just about halfway through this second period. But a 3-0 lead for Vegas in Game 1, putting a statement on here for Edmonton. Back out to center, and Nugent Hopkins brings it across the red line. Taken away by Whitecloud on his way through. Howden takes a hit at the blue line. Jumped on McDavid with a bobble, turns it over to Howden. Whitecloud now with it here for the Golden Knights. Whitecloud cuts inside, a bobble, and taken away. Here's McDavid. Hyman now picks up the loose change, brings it in, out in front. McDavid never got through. Eichel jumps on the loose change here for Vegas. A bobble and a takeaway. Hyman, McDavid, another pass disrupted on the inside. Eichel was there that time defensively. Here's Whitecloud. Comes in wide, drops it off for Eichel. Knocked away. Majapani jumps on it down low, back below the goal line. Circles back around, Majapani gets to it. Ekholm picked off by Luzone in center. Luzone with a bobble, taken away by the Oilers, and Nurse gets it out of the zone. Majapani up top, drops it off for Ekholm. Ekholm, good stick from behind by Holtz. Mitch Marner now up ahead for Vegas. Marner drops it off out of the zone. Vegas has to tag back up. Circling back in is Luzone. Squares his body and denied by Ingram. Floats out to the far half wall, jumped on by Majapani. Holtz now with the takeaway. Takes it in off a body. Ekholm got in the way. And the loose puck controlled by Edmonton. Under 7 to play, second period, 3-0 Vegas. Whitecloud on it here for the Golden Knights. Now Kolasar. Kolasar disrupted at the red line, keeps it alive. Kolasar brings it in, and Ingram finds the puck. 6:14 to go in the period. Face-off controlled by the Knights, by the Oilers rather. As they work it in their own end, Draisaitl will circle in. And here he comes up the far boards. Draisaitl looking for his center. Good stick by Luzone. Under 6 to play in the period. Back out to center and Ekholm. Picked off by Kolasar now. Draisaitl takes it away. Podkolzin takes a hit. Offside, Edmonton. Penalty is going to be called here, and this one's on Vegas. A cross-check. Another one is the call, this time on Colton Sissons here for Vegas. And Edmonton's going to get a power play here, a much-needed power play. Down 3-0. Colton Sissons will go to the penalty box. And we'll see if Edmonton can take advantage of it to try to get back in this game. Second power play of the game here for Edmonton. They're 0 for 1. Faceoff controlled by the Knights, and they'll clear. Here's Zach Hyman. Flips it to the far corner. Stone pestered by Draisaitl. Hutton now picks out the loose change, kept alive by Bouchard. Pinned along by Eichel. Out in front, Draisaitl. Stopped by Schmidt. Faceoff controlled by the Oilers. McDavid down low. What a stop. The rebound is denied again by Schmidt. Into the corner. Roslovic can't handle. Luzon will flip it out of the zone. Flagged down by McDavid. Savoy brings it back in. Roslovic can't handle. Horshak jumps on the loose change. Tried to flip it out. He can't. But Reinhart will feed Kolasar, who does. Under a minute to go on the power play. McDavid back on it. Reinhart takes it away. Roslovic there, though, in response. Savoy back out through center ice, working with McDavid. Bouchard now on the inside, waits for help. Darnell Nurse. Roslovic now. Sends it in on Ingram, who swats it away easily. That was Schmidt, rather. And flipped out of the zone again. Back down into the Edmonton zone. One final push if they hurry here for the Oilers. Podkolzin pinned along the boards, but Hyman gains control. Final seconds, offside, Edmonton. Faceoff controlled by the Oilers, but back to full strength out of the box. Sissons takes a hit from McDavid. Inside Sissons, squares his body, and it goes off a body. The rebound never got through, and McDavid jumps on the loose change. Evan Bouchard up ahead, picked off by Hutton. Jack Eichel. Pestered by Draisaitl on the near side. Here he comes. Draisaitl cut off by Hannafin. Floating puck to Podkolzin, who cuts inside. Denied by Schmidt. The rebound wide off the blocker of Schmidt. Todd gains control, back out through center ice. Todd centers, Eichel denied, rebound just wide of the net. Works in down low along the cage. Still loose down there, they can't find it, and now McDavid finally does. Podkolzin, first guy to it, out in front, picked off by Barbashev, and Vegas gains control. Tomas Hertl. Stastny with the intercept. Flips it out of the zone just to avoid danger. No icing. Barbashev circles. Here's Tomas Hertl. Hertl brings it in wide. Centering pass, a bobble by Marner. Taken away by Stastny. With just over a minute to go in the period. Podkolzin cut off on his way in. Magna turns back here for Vegas. Centers to Marner. Marner brings it in, and he's denied by Ingram. Stastny jumps on it. We're under a minute to go in the second. Podkolzin can't handle. Hutton takes it away. Barbashev now up the far boards. Barbashev cuts inside. Draisaitl jumps on it. And back out to center with Podkolzin. Podkolzin brings it in wide, and a centering pass denied by Ingram. Another try off a body that time. Good defense by Vegas. A turnover. Podkolzin diving attempt on the inside. Bodies flying everywhere. Hertl gets it out of the zone. Final seconds. Hertl brings it in. Drops it off, and Ingram makes the save at the buzzer. All Vegas through the first two periods of play. They lead 3-0 in Game 1 of Round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Start of the third period here in Vegas, and it has been all Golden Knights through the first two periods. Edmonton needs a big momentum swing if they want to salvage game one. Vegas trying to close this one out in the next 20 minutes. Behind the net, McDavid. Outside, Bouchard with a shot denied, and the rebound controlled by Hannafin. Schmidt has had an excellent game in between the pipes for Vegas. Eichel, score! 28 seconds into the third period, and it's 4-0 Vegas. Eichel on the feed from Barbashev puts it in, and the Golden Knights extend even further. And frustration on the Edmonton bench. Just when we said Edmonton needs a momentum switch to get back into this game, they got the opposite. A Jack Eichel goal makes it 4-0 Vegas, early stages of the third. Hyman brings it up looking for a response. Out in front, McDavid. Nugent Hopkins somehow couldn't tuck it home. And back out to center it comes. Stone works it back in here for Vegas. He gets free. Errant pass goes all the way through, kept alive by Hutton on the outside. Nugent Hopkins with the defense takes it away. Here's Hyman. Hyman intercepted by Eichel. McDavid gets knocked down. A long-range shot denied. The rebound comes out wide. Mark Stone. Barbashev with the bobble. Taken away by Ekholm on the inside. Here's McDavid. McDavid turns back. Trying to cut his way to the inside. Hannafin pestering. Podkolzin gets knocked down now, and it comes back out to neutral ice. Roslovic brings it into the zone. He's pestered from behind by Stone. Vegas jumps on it on the near side. Picked off on center by Podkolzin. Stone keeps it alive. Howden on the trailer, brings it in, and he loses it to Ekholm. Kick to the near side, McDavid on it. Edmonton is leading shots on goal in this game. A turnover and a save by Ingram. 36-29 shots on goal in favor of Edmonton, but they have not found the back of the net. Podkolzin takes a hit along the boards. Roslovic to McDavid. McDavid tried to square his body out in front. Into the slot, a bobble and a takeaway. Edmonton just cannot keep offensive possessions alive in the Vegas end. Howden brings it in wide, disrupted. Horschak keeps it alive, and it comes into the slot before deflecting outside. Regula on it here for Edmonton. Podkolzin now pinned along the boards, and it kicks back out to the red line. Edmonton jumps on it. Here's Roslovic outside Podkolzin. Inside Stastny cuts inside. A bobble and Roslovic score! Edmonton finally on the scoreboard as Roslovic goes right down the lane for the first strike of the game for Edmonton. Now in favor of Vegas. Edmonton looking to gain some momentum. Podkolzin gets cross-checked. And right after the goal scored, they're going to get a power play here to try to get back into this thing. Dorofeev cross-checks Podkolzin on his way in, and now a power play upcoming here for Edmonton. So Edmonton looking for a 1-2 punch here. They scored the goal moments ago with Roslovic, and now a power play moments later. Savoy off his skate out in front. Bobbo to the outside, kept alive. Nurse denied by Schmidt. $1:50 to go on the man advantage. Face-off coming in the Vegas end. There's Eichel as you take a look at the league leaders in goals during these playoffs. Second just behind Kirill Kaprizov of the Minnesota Wild, who got eliminated by the Stars. Ekholm off a body. Roslovic into the corner, back to Ekholm. Taken away by Luzon, and here comes Vegas shorthanded. Marner brings it up. Inside pass picked up by Savoy. Ekholm now back out to center ice. Ekholm a shot, knocked away by Schmidt. Luzone jumps on the puck and flips it out of the zone. Just over a minute to go on the Edmonton power play. Savoy takes a hit, turned over, and Marner sent it in on Ingram, who knocks it away. McDavid on the puck. 1 minute to go on the power play. Savoy up ahead to Roslovic with a bobble. And he turns it over. Here's Kolasar. Kolasar working with Eichel. Out in front, denied. Just over skated a touch. Luzone back to Eichel. Drops it off on the trailer, and Kolasar, who can't handle. And here's Hyman. 2-on-1 back the other way. Hyman cut off. Mangiapane to McDavid. Squares his body. Denied. Rebound. Score! Mangiapane on the doorstep. It's a power play goal for Edmonton. And they are back within 2. We aren't done just yet here in Vegas. Mangiapane in the right place at the right time. Got the good ricochet right in front. Second goal in just a couple minutes' time for the Edmonton Oilers. And it's 4-2. Jack Eichel brings it in here for the Knights. Brings it in wide. Drops it off, and Stone's one-timer denied. And the rebound comes out wide. Podkolzin is on it. Cut off by Eichel. Turns it over. He whiffed on the shot. Floats into Emberson. Stastny now back through center ice for the Oilers. Stastny brings it in wide. Out in front. Schmidt finds the puck. You feel a momentum switch in this building. Edmonton with all the momentum right now after back-to-back goals to cut the lead in half. It was 4-0 to start this third period. And Edmonton has come back 4-2, looking to add on. Schmidt, who had an excellent game through the first 2 periods, struggling a bit here in the third, giving up 2 quick goals. Face-off control by Vegas. Megna takes a hit, turns it over. Kapanen to Draisaitl, denied by Schmidt. Floats in, picked away by Schmidt. Megna jumps on the loose change. Here comes Vegas. Megna inside to Holtz, who can't handle. Podkolzin jumps on it. Stastny now picked off by Holtz. Holtz tried to get into the slot. Emberson cuts him off. Draisaitl on the puck. Takes a big hit. Howden to Holtz. A shot smothered by Ingram. Look at this hit from Roslovic. That is not what we're looking at, excuse me. We're looking at his shot attempts. Roslovic does have 1 goal in the game, and it came on this one right here, right down the lane. Started this little scoring spree for Edmonton. 2 goals here in the third period for the Oilers, trying to get back in this game. They trailed by 4-0 after just 30 seconds had gone by in this third with the Eichel goal. Saw it off the takeaway, and they score, but they wave it off. There was interference down low on Ingram. Let's take a look. Stott's first shot was knocked down, and let's see if he skates into Ingram. He does. In the blue paint, that's interference, and no goal. So it's still a 2-goal game. Lucky break for the Oilers. 12:31 left in the third. Mangiapane brings it in, puts the brakes. He got tripped. And another power play upcoming for Edmonton. Oh, things are falling apart for the Golden Knights. And now another power play opportunity for the Oilers and a chance to cut the deficit to 1. Hutton will go to the penalty box. Face off here in the Vegas end. Controlled by the Oilers. McDavid. Inside and denied by Schmidt. Draisaitl in the corner. Back behind for Hyman. Hyman pestered on the outside, taken away by Vegas, and they clear. Edmonton out shooting Vegas by 10, 43-33. Trying to get back in this game. A bobble on the inside, taken away by Vegas. Flipped in deep to the Edmonton end. Back is Bouchard. McDavid off the boards to Nugent Hopkins. He feeds it in deep. First guy to it will be Whitecloud, who overskates. In back behind the net for Draisaitl. Draisaitl out in front. McDavid off the pipe. And it comes out to the near side. Hyman pestered, sends it in, and Schmidt finds the puck. 1 minute to go on the power play, and Connor McDavid just hit the pipe, going to make it a one-goal game. Let's take a look. Oh, right off the side of the pipe and deflect away. He had a little bit of space on that left side of Schmidt as well. Just a little too far outside. 1 minute to go on the power play here for Edmonton. Oilers win the faceoff. Good block out in front on Darnell Nurse. Sissons out of the pack, flips it ahead. He had a wide open ice rink in front of him if he wanted to take it. Roslovic brings it up the far side, centering. Savoy, denied rebound. Schmidt sprawls out. Henrique circles back on the doorstep, denied. Roslovic on Schmidt. 32 seconds to go on the power play. Face-off control by Edmonton. McDavid squares it up, and Schmidt gloves it down. Face-off jumped on by Edmonton. Bouchard gloved down by Schmidt again. 18 seconds to go on the power play. Face-off control by Edmonton. On the other side, McDavid back to Bouchard, and it deflects just wide of the net. Roslovic now pinned into the corner. In back behind the net. Blue zone is on it. Vegas will get it out. They're back to full strength. Olisar cut off by Bouchard. Vegas kills off the penalty. Still a 2-goal game as we approach the halfway point of the third. Roslovic will bring it up, feed it in around the boards. Overskated. Megna gains control. Here's Dorofeev. Brings it in wide. Dorofeev looking for the trailer. Out in front. Denied by Ingram, and it goes wide of the net. McDavid jumps on it. And Savoy back out through center ice. Savoy tried to feed it in. Korczak takes it away. Dorofeev fires a shot saved by Ingram. 9:20 to go. 2-goal game. Face-off control by Edmonton. Nurse turns it over. Howden into the slot, disrupted. Edmonton gains back control. Here's Draisaitl. Draisaitl pestered to the outside into the corner. Draisaitl down low below the goal line. Draisaitl to the point. Regula sends it in. Tip try goes wide of the net. Saad gains control, circles back for Vegas. Holtz now through center ice. Tripped. That's going to be a penalty. Darnell Nurse lost control of his stick. And now a power play going the other way in favor of the Golden Knights. Just swipe the foot right out from under Holtz. And now the penalty kill unit will have to go back to work here for the Oilers. Face-off control by Vegas. Goes out of the zone though. Eichel has to retreat. Tomas Hertl will start the break in. He whiffed on it. Good defense by Edmonton. Comes back out to center. Vegas has to tag back up. Here's Eichel. Jack Eichel brings it in wide, drops it off to no man's land. Here's Podkolzin who jumps on it. Tried to feed it in. Good stick from behind by Hurdle. Mark Stone to the other side, and Eichel brings it in wide. Eichel down low, right through the crease. Emberson jumps on it, back out to center. Majapani with a bobble. Keeps it alive. Flips it out of play with 1:06 to go in the period. In the power play, rather. Hanifin floats it to Barbashev. Barbashev to Sissons now. Sissons walks it, fires it, and saved by Ingram. 51 seconds to go on the power play. Face-off control by Vegas. Marner squares it up off the blocker of Ingram. Ekholm turns it over. Bouchard jumps on it now here for Edmonton. McDavid up to Kapanen. Kapanen brings it up short-handed for the Oilers. McDavid denied, and it goes back behind the cage. Floats out to Barbashev, pestered by McDavid, who takes it away. McDavid pestered now by Barbashev. Back and forth they go. Howden jumps on the loose change for the Golden Knights. Howden splits defenders. Bouchard takes it away. Here's Connor McDavid. Final seconds of the power play. Flips it out of play. 5 seconds left on the man advantage for the Golden Knights. Face off into the hands of Edmonton. Nugent Hopkins up ahead, back to full strength. This one swatted away by Schmidt. Nugent Hopkins keeps it alive along the goal line, pestered on the outside to the point, and Emberson fires a shot, saved by Schmidt. 6:12 to go. Edmonton still trails by 2. They've scored 2 goals in this third period. They were down by 4-0 early stages of the third. Stastny to Emberson, broke his stick. And here comes Mark Stone, now Barbashev. Stastny goes over to get a new stick. Edmonton, good defense in transition. Majapani pestered by Eichel. Floats back to neutral ice, jumped on by Luzon. Broken stick right in the middle of the ice, just into the Vegas end. Emberson. Stastny now off a body, close to the far side. Savoy pinned along the boards, and Vegas escapes. Stone turns it over, goes off the broken stick, and we're going to get a penalty. Interference is going to be the call, and it's Mark Stone. And Edmonton's going to get another power play opportunity here. So Edmonton trailing by 2 with another chance to cut the deficit to 1. Face-off control by Vegas. Hanifin flips it out of the zone and all the way down. Ekholm, first guy to it here for Edmonton. Nugent Hopkins back to Draisaitl. Draisaitl inside. Hyman squares it up, and it goes off his stick out in front. Hyman again. Out in front, picked up by Hanifin, bobbled into the slot, controlled by Vegas, at least briefly. Back out to the point. Nurse off a skate. Saad, good defense, and here he comes. Saad ahead of the pack. Deal break. Denied by Ingram. And it comes out to Hanifin. Out in front, picked off by Nurse. Nugent Hopkins now back the other way. Pestered but not out. Nugent Hopkins drops it off for Nurse. A shot tipped into Ingram, or Schmidt rather, with 1:01 left on the power play. Connor Ingram, the one-on-one save, went out to meet him and denies the breakaway chance. Face-off controlled by Edmonton. They score! Savoy off the draw! A power play goal for the Oilers! And they are back! Edmonton turns right back, picked off by Marner. Good play. Roslovic now back the other way. Roslovic inside. Schmidt finds the puck against the cutting Henrique. Under 4 to play. Face-off controlled by Vegas. Turnover. Henrique to the point and Stastny. Now Emberson off a body. Loose puck into the slot. Backhanded just wide. Howard now out in front. Picked off by Megna. And Vegas will get it out of the zone. Here's Mitch Marner. Marner drops it off. Hurdle. Denied Ingram. Edmonton jumps on the puck. Back out to center and Howard. Howard outside Roslovic. Henrique now. Cut off by Megna. And Megna skates it out of the zone. Up ahead to Howard, who takes it away. Roslovic at the red line. Cut off on his way in. Whitecloud now to Holtz, who will bring it out of the zone. Here's Hurdle. Picked off by Stastny on the inside. Taken back by Holtz. McDavid there defensively. 2.5 to go in regulation. Majapani feeds it in deep. Race for the puck, won by Hurdle. McDavid meets him. And it goes in back behind the net. Whitecloud there. Marner now picks out the loose change, and Holtz will bring it through center. Inside Hurdle with a bobble. And Hester to the outside. Kapanen is on it. Under 2 minutes to go. Blue zone. Whiffed on the shot. Emberson now into the trapezoid controls for Edmonton. Back out to center, Majapani. Feeds it in deep for the Oilers. Deflects in on Schmidt. Tried to go out and get it. Luzone picks out the loose change. We're under 90 seconds left. Reinhardt. Pestered by Regula. Podkolson now will turn back up ahead. Majapani feeds it in again. Race for the puck. Hutton there. Pestered on the far side. He turns it over. Down low, Majapani. Out to the point and all the way through. We're under a minute to go. Ingram feeds it around the boards. Cross ice to Savoy. Watch for the empty net here. Up ahead, Savoy. There goes Ingram. Ingram to the net and denied. Hutton goes into the far corner. 36 seconds to go. Extra skater in. Podkolson whiffed on the shot. Goes in down low. Majapani. Oh, what a stop by Schmidt. 29 seconds to go. A diving attempt on the inside. Held out by Schmidt. And we'll get a face-off here in the Vegas end with 29 seconds left. Face-off control by Edmonton. Bouchard tried to let it fly. And here comes Sissons. Eyeing the empty net. And it's wide. 21 seconds to go. Ekholm jumps on it. Pinned to the boards by Reinhardt. Floats back out to the point. Dvorak pinned now. 14 seconds left. Edmonton trying to get it out. They can't. Reinhardt circles back. Under 10 seconds to go. To the far side. Sissons. Off the bar. 3 seconds left. Edmonton runs out of time and Vegas hangs on in game one. They led 4-0 at one point in the third. And they hang on to win game one by a final score of 4-3. And if this is a sign of things to come in this series, we are here for it. Game one belongs to the Golden Knights. The comeback effort from Edmonton falls just short. And Vegas takes a 1-0 series lead in round two. But what a game, especially that third period, where the comeback effort falls just short for the Oilers. Schmidt was good through the first two periods, gave up 3 in the third. And Vegas scored at least 1 goal in each of the 3 periods. 4-3 the final score. 1-0 series lead belongs to the Golden Knights.